On.
Mm.
Now, thank you for, I didn't know you could shut down the GoToMeeting from your side, Daryl, but that's what it
Oh,
appears
I
you
didn't know
did.
I could either.
Oh, well, somebody shut it down. When I got back home, it was off. I don't know how long the video is. Uh,
Um, I shut it
hmm.
down. I shut my site down about right about the time I finished, which
Oh,
was went on for like about a half hour.
okay, so maybe when you shut it down, since you were the organizer, it actually kicked in.
Yeah,
So that's a good
I
thing.
actually had to do a three-finger salute to get it to shut down. A forced shutdown.
Not really, because Darrell went out and came back again, and it was still there. Or maybe
Oh,
there's a timer to it that if it's inactive for so a
Yeah,
length of time,
that's
just stop.
that's possible. It could be a timer.
Mm.
hmm,
Um,
okay.
all right, so I'll get a chance to look at it, and throw some input on it. Um, I took a quick peek, and it appears that you were adding into trades after the breach of Bollinger Band or something to that effect.
Yep.
Wow, we got a lot of flat markets this morning. Look at
Yeah,
all of
there are
these.
a lot
These are all at five, all of them.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, we'll have to
but
see. There's no news out apparently because it's 8:30.
You just had unemployment claims.
Oh, what was the number? I was just curious.
It was a
um,
worse number.
Worse than expected?
45
Yeah.
worse than expected, but the same as last month.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's consistent. That's why you don't see much of a jump here.
There hasn't been much. Didn't really do much.
Yeah. And that number's going to change dramatically in the next 45 days as they start Christmas hiring and all that.
Yeah.
Let me see here. And again, yesterday was nothing going on. 69 pip range yesterday. And we've got really nothing to trade here. Closest thing to a trade is pound dollar or New Zealand dollars. It looks good. Um, let's look at New Zealand dollar and New Zealand yen. New Zealand yen. Oh, there you go. And the one thing I also noticed, how we picked up that 9:30, 10 o'clock issue. Also, anytime we're below this 55, there's almost always a perfect signal in that 7 to 8 o'clock area. But I'm not at the computer. I've got my routine I'm doing, but I may put a breakout thing on there. And again, you see here we're above the 55 here, and there's a perfect early part of the day trade. Um, but that's something I'm working on. Uh, all right, so New Zealand yen, we don't really have very much. We've exceeded yesterday's range. Let me go out to a 1 hour. We got this double bottom here, and we had a shelf made right at the S2. You see the close, the open, and the wick, that shelf. So, um, and we're 1, 2, 3 candles deep. How far down is it from here to the only about 10 pips? Um, so I'm looking for anything here that we could use, and there's really not much here. This is definitely a continuation of the downtrend. A little bit of a wedge. I don't see anything particularly great there. Okay, so let's look at the New Zealand dollar. That was New Zealand yen. Let's go. Let me just push this up at the top. And where's New Zealand dollar? Right here. 1 hour chart. Same thing. We've got this double bottom and again another shelf. A
Mm.
close, a open, and a wick. That's the combination. They don't have to all be in that order, by the way, but you need to see the three different things: two opposite color candles, you know, the close, the open, and the wick. So let's go down to a lower time frame on this. This looks a little more promising. And I want to talk about divergences today. Okay, let's go down to a 1 minute. There's nothing there to take a bite out of. And again, we've equaled yesterday's range, and there was our signal. But it's interesting. It went 1, 2, 3, 4 candles right there and stopped. I hear feedback on someone's mic. Did you guys see the picture I posted in the Skype?
Yeah, I think I remember it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's about divergences.
Yeah.
So we may spend a little time on that. And we've got a bit of a divergence here. Okay, so this, you know, could take a turn up. And this divergence played out because the divergence happened, and then we did have our arrow. But again, that's a pullback. And we're on a 1 minute chart. So, you know, you need to be on a higher time frame chart to get some real energy out of it. All right, so 55555. Let's look at dollar CAD.
Otherwise, just cat news, you know.
All right, let's go to the 5 minute. This looks like this could be a good signal here. Oh, this is a good signal. We need to get out of that top. Let's take this. Let's see if we can breach this top. That's a nice strong signal there. And that's CAD, dollar, and they're definitely more than 3 apart. And wow, we've blown out yesterday's range by a mile. Wait a minute. I thought this arrow was down here. You know, I might have saw this arrow and thought it was on this candle. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken that trade. But this one's just as good. It's only a pip difference. Now, we've definitely blown yesterday's range out. Let me go out to 1 hour and see what we have here. Well, we've cleared all of this. So we may get one more candle up. We've got a nice solid bottom wick in place, so we may get a few pips to the upside. But I jumped on that a little bit too quick, I think, with this. No, I take the same signal, so I'm good with that. So let's put in our stop. 15, 16 pips down here. How much is the spread? I'll go with that. And let's squeeze this up here to 15. And we have no divergences here that we can really make use of. Let's take a look on 1 hour. Well, we saw that already. Yeah, we've got that bottom wick on this 1 hour candle. So this should give us a couple of pips to the upside. We looked at euro. Oh boy. Do we have a euro New Zealand pair? Let's go back to the 5 minute here. No. Yeah, take a look at pound CAD or euro CAD. Let's go euro CAD. And euro CAD should be long, which it is. And this could be a buy-in here at a better price. If this does pull back, this is likely where the pullback will stall. So I'm going to take a bite out of that also. And yep, because US CAD, Euro CAD should both be moving in the same direction. And let's bring this stop. What do we have? A 4-pip stop on this. Let's go 10. That chauffeur, that's 18 pips. I'm not super happy about that. That's this level here. And a 4-pip, 3-pip. You know what? I'll go right at the R1. I'll go 15 on this. And let me put a take profit in up here. And we've blown out yesterday's range big time. This is more of the normal range, so we could be butting our heads against the wall, but I'll take it. I don't see much else to really look at the moment. That's Euro CAD. I don't have anything on the stove. Euro CAD and dollar CAD. I don't know what's going on with my eyes. Sometimes I look at these things and can't see the pair. So we got 2 CAD pairs going long, and they're probably going to be pretty slow moving trades. And
Lou,
we'll
I've
see.
got a different strength meter thing to you. Daryl's got it also. I don't know what Daryl's is saying, but mine's saying that the best long is pound CAD and the best short is CAD yen.
Pound CAD? Well, CAD is
Pound
weak,
CAD,
so
pound CAD is the best long, it's saying, and CAD yen is the best short.
pound CAD. Let's take a look at pound CAD. I'll take a look at what you're using. Pound CAD is the best long. Was that what
Yep.
you were saying?
Yep.
Okay, pound CAD. That's our signal. And we are 4 pips, 5 pips. We're 8 pips off. If this comes back a little bit, looks like I got stopped out there, or the trade got stopped. Pound CAD. And we're right at yesterday's, well, not right at it, but we're pretty close to it. And we've got a double top up in here.
The trouble is with these strength meters is they're all different depending on the broker, aren't they? So, you know.
Well, and what they're using to measure strength.
Yeah. So
That's the other thing. We don't always know the underlying indicators.
Yeah.
Um,
CAD yen's the best short still, according to that.
oh, well, let's take a look at CAD yen. I can see that yen and CAD. Okay. CAD yen. CAD yen is the best short.
Yep, that's what it's saying.
Yeah, we've doubled yesterday's range already.
Yeah, was yesterday's range what it normally is? I'm not really sure
No,
about range.
yesterday was very small range. CAD yen is usually a little bit better than that.
It's not really a pair I trade. It's an oil-related pair, and I don't sort of.
Gotcha.
You've got fundamentals to take into account. Then I don't really follow what oil price is doing, so tend to leave that pair alone.
Yeah, we've got like a quadruple bottom thing going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these at this S1 down here. This S2 rather.
Yep.
So let's see here. CAD. Let's go back to the 5-minute on CAD yen. Looking for a divergence, and I don't really see one because that's the signal there. And all of these are going down. There's not anything here. Let's go over to a 1-minute, see if there's something there we could use. I think the other trade looks like it got stopped. Oh, we got a clear divergence here. From here to there. We got a flat bottom here. So CAD yen, well, I can see where it would have been the short, based on how far down we're moving here or how fast this downturn occurred.
Yeah.
but right now it really looks like it wants to turn
We
around.
probably lost the chance now. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Daryl's got the same strength meter. I don't know if he's got it open, and his is probably saying something different. I don't know.
I put it on, but it takes it seemed to take a lot of bandwidth, so I removed it.
Yeah, drop it on the drop it in the Skype chat.
Yep. Okay.
Let me go back to these two trades here and just see what the oh yeah, we had a divergence in here on the 1 minute. This is the hidden divergence here. All right, but it's 1 minute chart, so it wouldn't have been very much in it anyway. Let's go back to the 5 and just see what we have here. Nothing there.
Oh, did you get stopped out on your dollar CAD as well? I didn't see that.
I think so. Yeah, I didn't notice it either until I just looked up. And so it's about $60. Let's just see where we are here. Yeah, but went long here and it came right back right to that shelf and tagged it out. And I should have waited until we got above this. But as I said, I probably jumped the gun, which is...
What's it look like on a 15, Lou?
I'll tell you in a sec. So same thing. We had a double top up here. Both CAD pairs did the exact same thing, double topped and then went up. 15 minute. Well, 15 we don't have a signal here of any kind.
You
except
kind of
down
got
here.
on your turbo thing, haven't you? It's starting to come down, isn't it? And it's in
up
in
here.
oversold. Yeah.
Yeah, well, what happens here is that you have your MACD is still long and your turbo is turning short. So until they both line up, this is just a pullback.
Yeah.
This is likely to bounce someplace and then possibly go long again, or stay up here in the top and meander around the rest of the day.
Yeah. Lou, can I ask a question on divergence whilst you're on that part
Sure.
there, looking at your turbo? Because if you look back to 00 hours on your time thing with the black line, black figures.
I don't see 00. I have 1.
Keep going right. No, right.
Oh, you mean, oh, here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see where the turbos reach there on that one, and you can see where the level is.
Yes.
Yeah? And now you can see that the blue line is lower, but the price is much higher. So does that still count as divergence when it's that far away?
Well, you're talking about this, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about where the blue line is, where you've got your cursor now, to where the blue line is on current price, and it's clearly lower, isn't it? The blue line is lower than it was at the 00 hour. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. But the price is much higher. So does that still count as divergence from that far away?
Oh, absolutely it does. Yeah. Now,
right. Okay.
Right. The other thing to keep in mind is when you look at where this particular blue line is, it's not at an extreme in price. Divergences you like to see at the extremes. Like here would be good, this would be good, this would be good, but this is in a ranging market right here.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't necessarily pay much attention to that.
Right. Okay.
All right. So from here to here, we don't really have any divergence, and the market absolutely didn't give us any. It just kept going in one direction.
Yeah.
Looking for a similar example. Okay, here's now both of these are lower, and these are both bottoms here. And you see here's one I might not pay much attention to either, but simply because of where it is. This is a little bit of a low.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
And no, it's a valid swing point. It's a fractal. You got the low and 2 to the left, 2 to the right. So it's a vessel. This is a good one. And this is flat. So that would be an indication of a potentially long market.
Yeah.
And then the arrow comes right after. Or you start looking for it right after.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And if we go back here, it's not really as clear. Again, this is more of a price trap, this little area here, if you look at this green candle. Like I said, I'm not too keen on the divergences in here or even in here sometimes if they show up.
So you like to see it just at extremes, is what you're saying, yeah.
Usually, yeah, because it's something that happens not dramatically. Oh, I was supposed to do the two stochastic thing today. uh, I was going to go into another scalping system. I talked about that last week, but I
Yeah,
won't.
you did.
Yeah, I won't get into that at the moment. That'll be the first thing for tomorrow. Is a stochastic, a scalping system based on two stochastics. It's pretty simple. Um, I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about divergence.
Oh yeah. So, and like I said, up here, here, anywhere where there's a valid fractal. And if you're not sure, you just throw the fractals on and you start looking for divergences from fractal to fractal until you're used
Yeah.
to seeing them with your eye. I just throw one in just
Yeah.
for Bill Williams. And okay, and squeeze this down. And as you can see, we've got the fractal here. That was the one I was kind of, but it was a valid fractal down to here. And you see the fractals right there.
Yeah.
So that certainly would have been valid. We have another one here, but it's really not at a cross point. It's still crossing down, so I can't really count that. And I need to see this in real time. Let's go to the dollar CAD. Boy, these charts they're damn near identical. It's almost as if I didn't switch it. Now something's wrong here. Oh, there we go. Oh no. It's dollar CAD and now Euro CAD. Ah, okay. Okay, so Euro CAD we have cascading highs here. Same thing with our what do you call it? Like here, you see where this is turning down, but the last crossover was outside of this 30 area. So I'd still have to think that this could be a pullback because all the crosses are occurring. You got higher crosses occurring, so that's an indication that we could still be in an uptrend.
Mm-hmm.
Anything change here?
Well, the dollar CAD's been in an uptrend all morning since London Open.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Let's see if
we have Yellen speaking in a half hour.
Ah, okay. Let's go back here. Well, again, New Zealand dollar usually has a bigger range than this, but that's another one that looks like a decent trade. Let's go down to a 5-minute. See what we can see. Let's squeeze this in. We've got no divergences there to speak of. Let's go down to a 1. Oh, let me get these fractals off of here so I don't look at them. Let's go down to a 1-minute. And we had an entry here. That was a nice entry. Wouldn't have panned out too much. We still need to deal with these bottoms here. All right, nothing. Aussie, New Zealand. Let's take a look at that. Things are starting to jump around a little bit. Nothing there. And how far is it to the? It's only 3 pips, and that's on a 5-minute chart. This is more of an example. You see, we have this divergence from here to here. Here we have new highs, and this went lower. We're on 1 minute. This may give us an entry here. Let me look at the 5. Okay, that's a nice pin bar. Let's go back to the 1. And let me me keep this in here. Only thing I'm not happy about this is we've got a series of higher wicks. You follow me? And for what, the 3 or 4 pip difference, I'd rather wait until we got below here. Let me see where we are here. That's 2, 4. That's within our 5 pip boundary. I'll take that. Still like to see it crack here, but I'm in it already. And 5. Where we got a 4 pip spread. I'll go 14. Let's go out to a 5. And once we crack here, we should have a pretty decent run here. You see we got this little secondary shelf, which is where the entry was. And bring this down here. Bring it down to just above there. I'll go 10 pips on this side. And that's Aussie, New Zealand. I may slide that stop loss up a little tighter. We'll let this thing unfold. Let me see, what do we have for the chef here? Dollar chef, they're on top of each other. Aussie chef are on top of each other. Pound chef, let's take a look at that.
So, excuse me, regarding currency strength, now, I have another one that Michael gave me, not the one he talked about earlier, and the Aussie was at the top 3 hours ago. Now it's at the bottom. So something's happened in the last 3 hours to turn that completely around.
Could very well be.
Don't know what.
Well, the other thing too, if you go down here, not necessarily. No, this broker doesn't have the news. She what? I don't have.
You can turn it on or something.
Oh, is it really?
Maybe,
Let me
I'm
see.
not sure. Notifications?
No.
No.
Events?
Yeah.
No. Nope. Some brokers have it. Also, Duke's copy, they tend to have more of the middle ground news events that won't be earth-shattering, but they could certainly create 20, 30 pip moves. And they're the smaller events that don't specifically relate to the dollar on a lot of pairs, but will have an impact on that specific currency. So there may be like an Aussie news event that we wouldn't pay much attention to because we're looking for the big 100 pip movers, but you know, for the Australian dollar, that could certainly be a an important event. And where are we now? Aussie, New Zealand.
The news out of China earlier today or late last night or something was not good, and but yet, you know, the Aussie went up, you know, like it went up real fast.
Well, was it an expected report?
I don't know. Do you know, Michael?
I don't, Darren. No, Darryl. Sorry.
Well,
let's take another look at dollar CAD.
Your assignment, Mr. Hand.
Okay, dollar CAD's trying to come back, but we still have this level up here we have to contend with. And we've doubled yesterday's range. All right, so let's take a look at CAD yen.
Okay, the news yesterday, but that was, oh yeah, that was, yeah, right where the big change was, is there was big employment improvement in Australia and improvement in the unemployment rate. So that's what made it jump.
And we still have this level here. We've hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, which is good because if it hits it a seventh time, eventually you keep chipping at the ice with an ice pick, it cracks.
Hmm.
So that's a good thing about all these tags down here. This 5-minute candle may be the one we're looking for. So we'll keep an eye on that for CAD yen short. I'd really like to see it get below here because let me go out to 1 hour. I think once it gets below there, we've got, pretty much smooth sailing the rest of the way down.
Yeah, there's a level on CAD. That's a CAD yen. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
level
CAD
on the
yen.
CAD yen at about 92.12, and it's running now into a bunch of 1 hour, 1 hour exhaustion. Exhaustion wicks, I guess you would call them. From here down to 92.12, there's a bunch of them from back last week.
Oh, okay. This is Aussie, New Zealand. CAD yen, we're looking for a trade on. I still need to see it trade below these wicks. That's the key thing for me. And we're 3 candles deep, so this may bounce and give us a bit of a pullback also.
Yeah, that CAD yen's sit on the bottom of my CSM at the moment.
Okay. Did you drop it in the Skype room?
No, but I will do.
All right, yeah, a little later. What was that other pair? We're in Aussie, New Zealand is what we're in now. And this is a little bit of congestion. This must be a price trap up here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So that's good. And I would bias the price trap short if I were trading it. So that's all good also. All right, so here's our upper wick. And how far is it down there? It's only 4 pips. So if I got down here, that'd only be in 2 pips of profit. So I'd like to see it get below there. So this entry would be a bit late, but it's 3 pips late. I'd take a shot at it once it gets below that level.
That's in the room now, Lou.
Okay, great. Thanks. And New Zealand dollar, we need to take another look at. Oh, yeah. Now, New Zealand dollars cracked this. I just need to make sure this candle closes where we want it. We've got the 1 minute, and we're 6 pips away already. All right, so I'm not going to chase it. I'll wait on the 5. Let that 5-minute close. It's coming out of congestion also. And that other one was what? CAD yen, was it?
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba. Oh, there we go. Oh, it stalled. It's been a couple of minutes since we've been here. And we've got our divergence that we want. From here to here, we're higher. And from this area here to here, we're lower. And we've got our arrows, so that's all good. I just want that to get down there. It's still going to pull back on me because we're 4 candles deep. But I'll have more confidence in taking it short. And let's go take a look at New Zealand dollar. I'm still waiting. Oh, yeah, this is below here. This is what I like. But we have to let this 5-minute candle finish. Yeah. And if I remember the 1 minute, yeah, the 1 minute was gone already. Okay, let's go back to here. Oh, that's an odd move. All in one candle. Wonder what all that was about. That's very odd. Okay, so we're waiting for this to close. CAD yen is still not below this, it's still sitting there. Okay, what else do we have? New Zealand yen, dollar CAD. Let's take another look at dollar CAD. Okay, we've got our long signal here again, but again, it's 3 candles deep and we're butting up against this high. So I'd like to see it trade up above that. And that's our signal, that's our entry. And we're all green all the way. This may be worth another shot at it. 4
Needs to
candles
break the
deep.
last 4-hour high.
Excuse me?
So it just needs to break the last 4-hour high.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
And
right.
it's got R3 just above as well.
Yep. I'm going to take that. We traded above these this high right here. That bit of a wick. So I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback. And let's pull this down here. Oh, 25 pips. Oh, hell no. I'll go here, 16. And bring this up here. That's what, 13? That was the old take profit. All right. And the other one was CAD yen. Oh, that traded, that's below our mark now too. I'm expecting a pullback on this one also. But let's just check our levels here. Yeah, right here, 14. I'll go with that. And let's go on to a higher time frame. Let me see what, wow, there's nothing there. Go back to the 5. Bring this down. I'll bring this down to 10. All right, we'll see what happens. And we're going to keep an eye for divergence trades when we hit that 9:30-ish mark, just to see if that phenomena comes into play again. All right, so Aussie, New Zealand, dollar CAD needs to come up to the top of the list.
Well, with Young speaking at 9:30, it could be
Oh.
a little different today.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And CAD yen. And these are properly structured now because they should be moving in the opposite direction, the CAD yen and the dollar CAD, because the CAD is the opposite thing. CAD, the opposite thing. Boy, I'm just full of technical terms today.
New Zealand yen seems to be under the shelf now on daily.
What was that?
Dollar Kiwi is under the shelf now on daily.
Oh, the New Zealand dollar?
Very bearish.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, New Zealand dollar. Let me just take a look at it while these things are cooking.
On daily is
Oh, wow. Well, that's, yeah, we broke this level, and that's a trade. Okay. Now let me squeeze this down. And the obvious spot for this is right up here. I'll take that. And bring this down here. I'll bring it to right above this 00 because funny things happen here. All right.
Straight away in profit.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're the ones you like.
Yeah, well, you know, every now and then you get lucky.
Low spread as well. It's lower.
What was that?
The Kiwi has a lower spread. So it makes it come into profit easily.
Oh, sure, yeah. Okay, let's take a look at dollar CAD. That's moving in profit. Let's just manage this a little bit. That's kind of nice. Well, I'm glad I waited, for this thing to crack. I jumped it a little bit here because it never really broke that level, and the trade paid for it. And let's take a look at CAD yen. All right, so we may be able to pull some profits off of these. Let's see if we can get to 5s and 8s or whatever. And I don't see anything else here. We're CAD yen, we're in. Dollar CAD, we're in. Aussie dollar, Aussie New Zealand, we're in. So we're in like the right trades. Let's see what's going on with this Aussie New Zealand. If this is something that now it's still doing this thing, and it's got a lot of wicks up here tagging, but the wicks are right now successively higher. So I need to see at least a lower wick, or have that arrow disappear. But we're all in profit so far on these. Now would be a nice time to have that script that closes everything in rapid fire.
It worked before when you used it, didn't it?
Yeah, I just have to get it from the other platform and put it on. So dollar CAD. Let's just see what it looks like. And close order. And let me see here. I'm going to take the 5.8. And the Darrell effect is in play again.
It's been, as you can see from London Open, it's been
on a tear. Yep.
Yeah.
And let's look at New Zealand dollar. All right, these are both 3s and 4s. I'd like to get at least a 5 out of it. Let's go back to CAD yen and look for that. That might be our best bet to grab a 5. Okay, we got that 5. And we are New Zealand dollar now. And it's tricky. This is a nice little pin bar here. I don't know if that's going to come back and give us any more of anything. But we got a 4. Let's pop this open. Is that the right pair? New Zealand dollar, yeah. And see if it's going to play nice or not. I'll take the 4. And now let's go to the last one, Aussie New Zealand. And okay, this has this successive highs. But let's see if this will come back and give us a few. And as Phil said, with someone getting ready to speak in a few minutes, that could certainly change the way these markets would normally behave. So we'll grab what's available and come back to trade another day. And let's just take a look at Aussie and New Zealand. Well, they're still far enough apart.
Can we not tighten our stop loss in this at the moment? Just to
we sure could, but it's a 4 pip stop, so I want to come down here then to the shelf. And how far are we? So that's 10. So it's more like a 6 pip stop is what we're working with at the moment. Okay, well, let's take a look at well, CAD yen we were in already. Let's go back and look at that. I don't like to sit and watch the candles too much because you start talking to yourself. And my voice is already crazy enough without adding to it. Nothing there. Let's look at New Zealand dollar. Well, same sort of thing. It's doing its pullback thingy, and we can expect the pullback to stop here or here. So this will be the range right in there for the pullback. Now, of course, that means that a wick could pierce this and come back right inside the box, which, you know, often happens. Okay, let me just make, and this thing is still, these successive higher wicks are always an indication that it may want to go higher and higher because it didn't really close as a real definitive, what do you call it, twin tower. So we'll give this a few more minutes. If it doesn't really pan out, because the longer it creeps in one direction, the more likely it is to continue in that direction. And it may be better to just take the $10 hit and move on to something else. Yeah, so now we're 3 candles long in this, but we'll let it sit for a minute and see what happens. Yen, CAD, yen, New Zealand, pound yen we didn't look at today. Let's take a look at pound yen.
How many did you get on the CAD yen?
I think I got 4s and 5s, something like that. CAD yen I think was a 5.
5 pips, okay.
Yeah, so we got 5, 5, and 5. They were all 5 or 6, something like that.
Oh.
Just to grab them and get out. What are we looking at here? Pound yen. And this is let me go to a higher time frame. Yeah, this thing wants to go short. It's trying to anyway. And where's our signal is right here. And if we trade back down here, if we crack this pivot, this would make a decent short. But right now we're caught between the figure, as they say, and the pivot. All right, let's go back to Aussie New Zealand, see if this is worth hanging on to. And go back to the 5. Oh, wait, let me go back to this 15. That looked kind of interesting. Oh, yeah, see, we got this double top up here. This may curl back down into this. It's just not great looking. Go back to the 5. We'll see if we get above this high here. That's
a green signal bar there, haven't you?
Yeah, sure do. And this is Aussie and New Zealand. They're still more than 2 apart. This, like I said, this could just be a pullback. But you got to honor your stops is the main thing.
And it is a higher high, the last swing there, isn't it?
Absolutely. And a divergence.
And a divergence, yeah, absolutely, because the perfect divergence there.
Absolutely. But I do want to give it, these wicks are important because each one of these wicks has driven price down lower. You follow me? Now, the last time the wick got driven down, the bulls won. So we don't know, The Bulls won the candle, but the Bears won the overall thrust of the market during that candle.
Yeah, do you really call that a twin tower, Lou, when the body's as small as that, or not?
Yes, it's the
You still
wick
call
that
it a
makes it
twin?
the twin tower.
Yeah, I realise that, but I mean, you still give it the same sort of strength when there's not much body to it, is what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, you look,
Yeah.
this is the twin tower long.
Yes, absolutely. It's a long one as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a definite twin tower long.
Yeah. I was thinking more of the red one.
Yeah, well, the red one is barely. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
almost dead even. It's not,
Yeah.
high enough for me to be
Yeah.
solid on it.
Mhm.
Um, let's see here. Euro, no, Euro pound, Euro Aussie, Euro CAD. There's really nothing. These are all 4s and 6s, so they're pretty much exactly 2 pips apart. The only 2 pairs to look at right now would be the CAD and the New Zealand. And we're looking at the New Zealand now. Let's go to the,
Euro CAD are the two strong pairs, according to mine.
yep, let's take a look at EuroCAD. I think we were in EuroCAD, weren't we? Don't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we were, and that was one where I jumped in. Was that yesterday's trade? No, that was today. No,
Yesterday.
yeah, yesterday.
No, that was today. It was you took the
That
the EuroCAD and the dollar CAD.
second from
Oh,
the
okay,
top.
okay. Yep. I see it.
Mm.
Okay, nothing going on there. And that's a 5-minute chart. A nice pullback here wouldn't be bad, but that's a long way to go now. We're 138. And what is this other thing doing here? It's still that's the Aussie New Zealand, right? Yeah. And again, you see you got a battle of these wicks up here. So we need to see what's going to happen the next candle or two. And we're right at the figure. So if this figure is going to hold, this is going to become the new floor. And we may get bounces off of this to go long. If it remains solid, then this will be the new ceiling. And all of this means is that it couldn't close above it and stay above it. And we could get a drop short, but we'll have to just wait and see.
What's it like on 4 hours or 1 hour? This Aussie New Zealand.
Okay, let's take a look at the 1 hour. And 1 hour is basically a big price trap, or a 1, 2, 3 here also.
Yeah.
See that? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So the impetus would still be short, but we need to get, this neckline here is the issue. If we crack that neckline, like the R2 would be a logical target. All right, because what will happen is as this 1 hour candle closes, we'll get a new line here on the moving average. And then as the next one closes, this moves up higher and higher. So the middle of this candle would make sense as a target.
Can you call that a consolidation, Lou?
A form of consolidation, yeah, or a correlation, or confluence. In a number of different ways you can look at it.
If I saw that on like a 1 hour and a 4 hour chart, I'd only be looking to go long probably from that.
Yeah, well, again, I'm looking at the 1, 2, 3. They didn't get above here, so there may not be any more interest in going any higher.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you have an evening star there.
Yeah, right here.
Evening star formation. Wow.
Let's go back to the 5 and take a peek. All right, so that battle of the wicks may be over on this candle. We'll see. If this candle closes below and then we get a yellow candle for the short, then we'll be okay. And our divergence did play out. Wasn't much, but it certainly, played out. CAD yen, chef yen, dollar
Wow.
yen, dollar
Wow.
CAD. And this has come right back into the price trap here. Still long, but we don't have anything here to really work off of. New Zealand dollar, we're still looking at this bounce in here, possibly. Here was that other divergence here. Let me get rid of this. So just remind me to do the that stochastic scalping trade tomorrow. And we'll see if we'll get this bounce in here that we're expecting. And maybe take a shot at that. New Zealand dollar. It is New Zealand and dollar is still strong, so that's relatively good. And Aussie New Zealand is now, this battle of the wicks seems to be over, and we've gotten a nice round top on this.
Yep.
All right. And this candle, well, I could get rid of this thing. This candle closes below all of these moving averages. That could be another strong indication of a short also. And what was that other? We were looking at New Zealand dollar, right? Yeah, we're waiting for this to see if we're going to get a signal to turn around in here. How much was this pullback? Was 9 pips. And where are we now with this? 11. So that's in the ballpark. Let's see what happens here if we get a fresh, oh, we won't get a fresh one. This would only be a continuation based off of this price then. So if this candle closes more than halfway, like this entry was halfway into the body of this green candle. So we've had our pullback. So if this candle closes more than halfway in, that would still give us this entry here. All right, let's put New Zealand dollar up at the top. And Aussie New Zealand, now we've got our arrow here. That's a good, so let me get this out of the way. I don't want anything to stop this from falling. Hey, you never know. They watch everything else, it seems.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to New Zealand dollar. So I know that's got to make the top wicks. I know what's happening there. Dollar CAD. Let's take a look at that again. Nope, it's still back inside this price trap. So nothing going on there at the moment. And CAD yen. Let's take a look at that again. And again, that's doing a pullback thing back into this region is what it looks like. Exciting, isn't it? Okay. Well, here we go, another battle of the wicks again. What was that?
In 13 minutes, Yellen will be yelling.
Okay. What is she, 9:45?
Right.
Okay.
No, I thought it was at 9:30.
I don't know. I didn't check.
CNBC says that she's not actually commenting on the policy or anything today, so the market might not move.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess they've changed it. It was
9:30.
Yeah, it is. So right now.
And then you got some orange news coming at 10 o'clock, haven't you?
Yeah, the JOLTS job openings.
That's a new one.
That's usually 2 days before non-farm payroll.
So we got this price trap here.
FOMC later. There's loads of FOMC people speaking today, isn't there?
Well, someone's got to keep the chaos going.
Yeah.
That's a lot of jumping around. Why is that the only pair doing it? And the others are moving normally. Let's go back to this. It may make sense to bail on this. Let's just see if we stay above this level here. See what this wick does. Oh, that's just bizarre. Let me get this close order because it could jump the other way just as dramatically. I prefer that it goes short. I took my line out of the way and everything. I'm cooperating. And this is Aussie New Zealand. It's not even dollar based.
Dollar yen's starting to fall, and
I'll keep
euro
this
dollar's
open.
starting to go up. So maybe Yellen is saying something.
Somebody is saying something.
Yep.
Well, the stock market did just open.
Oh yeah, that too.
Eurocard is speeding away. Eurocard
Let's
is
take a look.
speeding away.
Let's take a look at Eurocard.
Wow,
Oh, it sure
wow.
is. Well, we didn't have a signal
The
there.
card pairs are just.
I think Yellen must have said something.
Yeah, let me take it. The euro dollar, someone said, was also moving.
Yeah, that's gone up. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's dramatic. And how did we not see this signal? What was I looking at?
Dollar
Don't
card is
remember.
retracing or whatever.
Yeah,
Pound
well,
card,
remember we had this this price trap here.
yeah.
Let me go back to Aussie New Zealand. And that's the one trade we're in. Again, the battle of the wicks.
This is horrible.
I know.
Wow.
I was taught that Wix is just indecision.
No, it's a clear decision because they become barriers. You know, it becomes as good as a solid wall, and there are also attempts by somebody to break a level in the market.
That's interesting.
So they're trying to get here. This is like, just think in terms of an ice pick. Just chip until the ice breaks.
Yeah.
You know, and this is not a super dramatic price here. I mean, we're near the 00, but up here is 925-ish or so.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening here. They're trying to chip, and I guess get a close back above this.
Yeah.
So
You've got a lot of piano keys there as well, haven't you?
yeah. And there are times that sometimes it's just better to take the 5 or 10 pip drawdown than to let the thing skyrocket against you in one in a couple of ticks. Like I said, we saw this thing jump from here down to here dramatically, and it could have gone the other way, in the same fashion. Let's just scan these charts here a little bit. That pullback went way above where I thought it would go. But then again, the stock market opened, and that created some chaos.
Yeah, the stock market's fallen again for like the 4th straight day, so.
Okay, so now we've got some 930 divergence here and here. I just want to go back just to see if I want to close this or not. There's no real reason to close it, but it's just not going anywhere.
Well, S&P's really tanked, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't turn the broker on yet.
It's down 11 points already.
That's pretty hefty for the S&P.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This thing has been giving me signals all morning, and I haven't been watching it. This alert. All right. Well,
Like euro dollar's come off its highs anyway.
yeah, temporary.
Yeah. And the dollar yen's come off its lows as well.
Oh, how'd it end up at the bottom? Oh, yeah. And that could come all the way back. Okay. My bias is that this still wants to go long only because we have these successive highs. You know, higher, 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 higher. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I may decide to just take the small bite on this if it continues to act this way.
Mm.
Now we'll see if this third candle here is going to stay inside here. And that's our first close, solid close above this 800 level. Let's go here. Um,
Mm.
yeah, that's only going to stop right there for the moment. Dollar CAD. And oh, shoot, missed that. That could come right back here. And let's go back to Aussie New Zealand. And this is the price trap candle right here, this guy. That's the one that's got everything all bottled up. New Zealand dollar. They're real close together. This could dance in here for a little bit.
It's in no man's land anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. My only logical place would be here at the 55, but that's like 4 pips away. You take off the 2 pip spread, and then you got to put at least a 10 pip stop, so it's not even worth a lot of consideration. CAD yen, we got this long signal here, and we've got some divergence here, 930. We've equaled yesterday's range. So let me, oh gee, it won't let me do a new order until I close the other box. New order, I'm going to buy this one on the assumption this is going to be one of those 930 things. All right, that divergence. And how far are we? I'll drop that at 10. Pull this down here. I'll go down to the actual swing low. 14 pips just happens to coincide here. Let's just see if this is going to.
You're just testing out this divergence theory here, Lou, are you?
Well, it's in that pocket, that 9:30 to 10 o'clock.
Yeah. It's just the price is below your MA, so I wonder why you were going short. That was also.
Yeah, no, yeah, just checking the. Well, the other thing too.
Yeah.
What was that? I just took that trade on the CAD yen. Yeah, so we've got the long signal and the divergence. Now, normally what happens is we end up taking the short signal and we have the divergence. So this is a little bit different scenario, but I just want to see if these divergences have any weight to them.
Well, not everyone plays out every time, does it? Nothing's.
No, but the only way to know.
Most of them do, it seems.
Yeah, and for me, the only way to know, to kind of get it burned into my thinking in psychology, is to actually pull the trigger on it.
Yep.
To do it in theory, you don't get the same emotional connection to it.
Yeah.
So this Aussie New Zealand looks like it's finally cooperating. That's good. See if we can grab a couple out of that. We'll be finished with this terror. Well, that's why you honor your stops. I will never move the stop. I may decide to exit the trade early, if it looks like it's going to be a disaster, but you always honor your stops. Let me get this ready. I got to close this box. Well,
What's it like?
Got to wait for this second candle to form anyway. What was that, Nancy?
What's it like on 30 minutes and 1 hour?
What is that about the 1 hour chart?
Aussie Kiwi. What's it like on 30 minutes and 1 hour?
Oh, the Aussie yen? I'm so
Kiwi.
not used to saying Kiwi, yeah.
Yeah.
On the 1 hour. It should be short on the 1 hour. If you remember, we had that 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And once we crack this neckline, this is the target.
It should get to the yellow line.
Yeah. But, if I can grab a 5 out of it for the length of time we've been sitting in this thing. Let me go back. If I can get like a, like a 5. What was that?
You reckon? You think we couldn't wait for it to get to the yellow line?
Well, you know what it is?
Aussie Kiwi.
Well, yeah, because I prefer to be in and out of the trades while we're all collectively here together. In other cases, I would just, set it, walk away, and go, do my normal daily routine. Let's take a look at CAD yen. That should come up to the top here. I missed the opportunity to grab 5 on the, what do you call it? On this Aussie New Zealand, it was up to 5.
Looks like we missed some divergence on the dollar CAD, Lou, on the 15 minute anyway.
All right, let's take a look. And let's go to the 15. Oh, yeah. Well, where did this happen? This happened right at the right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been quite nice. And I don't normally do the 15-minute chart when I'm scalping, because I get my bead off, my play off the 1 hour.
Right.
But with the scalping thing tomorrow, I use the 15 quite a bit. Let's go back here and just see what's going on. So we got to bounce off of our 5s here, and we're looking for a long in this case. In Aussie New Zealand, my dog wants to go out. Okay, so it made the upper wick, which is par for the course. And let's go. That's trading. Nothing you can do about that. That in part is why I don't watch the candles, because it drives you nuts. Like after the fact, I'll take this. Oh yeah, and we went from here to here, and this did this and that. But you don't realize that in this consolidated area right here, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's a half hour,
Hmm.
okay? And price is stuck in a 5 pip range for a half hour. That will just drive you batty and start causing you to see things on the charts that aren't there. So that's why a lot of times you see me place a trade, I'll get right off of it and go start looking at something else. Once my stops and take profits are in, I just let it, do its thing. Because you don't realize the time issue. It's easy to say, oh yeah, this is consolidation, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But when you have to sit through it, you have to sort of train yourself to accept that this is part of what happens in a normal market environment, and get your attitude accustomed to dealing with it. CAD yen is moving in our direction a little bit. There we go. We'll see if we'll break this. It's a slow day. Let's look at a 1 minute, see what's going on down there. Okay, we're up 3. Oh, this is Aussie. What is that? No, CAD yen. I got to do the CAD yen box. CAD yen, close order. Bring this in. Considering that it's a, counter trend, boy, it went right past that 3 so quick. I was trying to catch 25, but I didn't. And because it's a counter trend, I didn't want to play with it too much. And we'll see if the Daryl effect is in play on this. Probably is. Yeah, I know it's your fault, Daryl.
Yeah, blame Daryl.
But you see the idea. It's a counter trend, but if you can get 3, 5, 8, and I'm not going to complain about it. So we're still with this Aussie New Zealand that was up 5 pips, but I didn't have the opportunity to grab it. So we're taking the ride again. You see how long we've been in this trade, and that's the part that you can't put into writing. The thinking process around it. How do you keep yourself mentally in the game, and that you actually have to pull the trigger and do it. And going back to something Michael said, that's why I pulled the trigger on that divergence, because it's something that we saw happen over and over at this same time period. Let's go here, CAD yen. All right, so we got our 2.4, whatever it was. Aussie New Zealand, that's the one we're in now. I'd like to see that creep out. What was that sound? That's an old MetaTrader sound. I can't think of what that was for. I got some other stuff running on some other platforms. New Zealand dollar. That's a bounce out of there, but we don't have a fresh signal. Dollar CAD. Got a little shelf here. And if you mentioned this was, I mentioned this is where, we thought this was going to head, was back to this 55. And New Zealand dollar. Short signal would be a nice thing to see there. Euro CAD, piano keys, pound yen, congestion, a little bit of piano keys here too.
We missed diversions on the euro pound as well on the 15-minute.
Okay. Again, I don't watch
the. You're not really looking at 15-minute charts, so. Yeah.
Oh, at one time I was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, right in here.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll touch on divergence a little bit more, but I think you guys get the general idea of it. Let's go back to Aussie New Zealand. Just want to see if this thing is going to cooperate. Well, it wants to give us that one more candle down.
No man's land now, isn't it?
Yeah. And I didn't grab my 5, or when I had the opportunity. I was actually looking at something else. I glanced down here and saw it was at 5.
Yeah.
So if this thing gets back to 0 when we close it, we're like $10 off of our original starting point, the 5K.
Yeah.
But we got most of the drawdown back. So even if I close it now, we end up around only like $20 away, which is workable.
Yeah.
So we accomplished getting back the setback. You take your goals a piece at a time, and that was our first goal. And I'm anxious to get to 200 so we can take some larger trades. Can't take as many, so I'll be more careful in hand picking them.
Yep.
So what time is it? 10 minutes left. I can either close this now or bring my stop all the way up, which would be a larger stop than closing it now. But let's give this 2-candle pullback a chance, because this was a 2-candle pullback. This was a 2-candle pullback. So let's see if that's going to. Where's Aussie is stronger and New Zealand's getting weaker. So we'll see. Well, we're finished with our 2-candle pullback. Let's see what happens now. And okay, that's going sideways. I'm just going back over the same pairs that we were looking at earlier. Overall, we had a good day. We got back some of the drawback. We picked up one of those bizarre divergence trades. Okay. We haven't looked at the pound dollar all day. Probably because they were right on top of each other, I think, most of the day. I'd had it burst up, but yeah, you see most of the day they were sideways, sitting on top of each other. That's why we didn't pay that much attention. Let's go back to this. And now it's trying to give us a red candle. We had our 2-candle pullback. If this makes a 3rd candle in here, then that would be a real good indication. That would be that 3-candle pattern we had talked about the last couple of days. The weird thing is going from this and then going back to like the S&P or the Dow where there's no spread. It's like you got to screw your brain on a slightly different way. But it's good. It creates, that kind of mental flexibility you need. Okay, so Aussie's at 5 and New Zealand is at 2 and change. So the relationship is still there. So Darryl, you have to tell me when to close this trade in order to get this to get these candles moving. Now this is making that 3-candle pattern. It just needs to stay inside this wick.
You got to do an add-on trade if you're asking Daryl, Lou.
Oh yeah, I know. Daryl's the king of add-ons. How's that other thing? How's that other thing going? The quantum thing.
Oh, we don't do that. I don't think Daryl does that anymore. Do you, Daryl?
Nah. But that's what gave me the idea to do what I'm doing now.
You're
Yeah.
creaming it at the moment.
Okay. The Max. I don't know. Do you remember the Max system? I got alerts and
No, I
pop-ups
looked at that a little bit, and it seemed
because that was
Gonna
built
hurt.
around adding on.
too complicated for me, so I just passed on it.
Yeah, he had too many indicators. And I got all the videos and all that, and I tried to watch a couple of them, and my brain just burned out on it. It was just way too much confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation, and wasn't worth it. All right. Now this is going to go up above here. You know what? I may take this.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just closed my 4th winning trade of the day.
All right. Excellent.
Oh, he's creaming it, Lou, I tell you.
All right. That's good. Good to hear. Are these the add-ons? I'm going to close this. Uh, and where are we? 974. Come on back down. See, it looks like it wants to close right back underneath this this wick.
I see you got a long signal on it now, haven't you?
Well, I got a long arrow.
Yeah,
When the candle closes, if the arrow is still there.
yeah. That's what I mean.
But what I'm watching is down here now. So I
Yeah,
don't
yep,
mind
yeah.
being
You're watching
24
it.
bucks in a hole, 25 bucks, considering that we were down, much more than that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a bad place to be. And now it's going to come right back in here and make that 3 candle pattern. There, you just did it. All right, so let this creep back a little bit more in our direction, make that bottom wick.
Fuck.
What's that?
Okay, so now six winning trades for the day.
Excellent.
We'll have to pay to talk to him soon.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I forgot to ask you, were you doing the add-ons?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and they were all. I was long the CAD yen and short the pound CAD and euro CAD. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I don't care.
Yeah, as long as it works.
Before it's made any sense, Daryl, we'd all be making millions.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
And here we go. They made that 3 candle pattern right in front of us. And as I said, that came back and closed right inside this wick. Can't ask for any better than that.
Easy. Wow.
Nice little fight going on in here. I like that.
Yeah, we need that yellow arrow to stay though. It keeps disappearing.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the nature of the beast.
What's good about that system though, when you look at it though, is as long as you trade in line with your MAs and just take your yellow arrows there again, everyone was
Yeah.
a winner, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're safe. Yeah, you actually are.
Yeah.
I mean, I add a lot of commentary and stuff, and sometimes I don't pay as much critical attention to the trades as I should, but I'm just very, very confident about how this particular system works. And I just wish, I had more time because the 15-minute charts are really nice. You just don't
Yeah,
get
I,
as
I, I
many
love the
trades.
15 minute, I really do. I mean, those two fives on there are almost superfluous, really, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they help a little bit because once
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
separate, there's
yeah,
little things in there
yeah,
you can catch on.
yeah,
But in a sideways market, all the moving averages are kind of
yeah,
a moot point.
yeah. Now, what I meant by that was that, they're not really, they don't come into the BB bands equation, do they? So,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I'm
So,
experimenting with another type of moving average that gives some beautiful crosses also. Math is a little bit different.
what
Uh,
kind of moving average is that, Lou?
it's a smooth.
Oh, a double smooth moving average.
Yeah, yeah, generally, but they appear to give some very, very clean signals. Not a lot better than the 5-5, but the
Okay.
key is that I can put a 10 period on this, and that gives me a much better beat on how much farther the move could go.
That's interesting because that's exactly what I'm using a 10 period at the moment
Okay.
on a 15-minute chart.
Yeah, and it will give you a nice beat on how much farther the pair will move.
Is that double smoothed MA? Is that a Bressert thing? Because he did the double. It was him that did the double smooth stochastic, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it's a version of Bressert and or Gaussian.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
All right. All right. So that closed back up in here. This should make a top wick. That was a whole long battle for nothing. But again, this 00 seems to be holding.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and I missed that 5 here. I kind of regret that. But we'll see. And if we close it, we're only 20 bucks in the hole, but I'm gonna let this thing rock a little bit. Yeah, if it gives me the spread, I'll be happy. Then it'll be basically a break-even trade. Yeah, while that's doing that, let's just take a peek and see if there's any other. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing there. I don't plan on taking any more trades. Now that played out right. We called it right to this. Off that divergence. That was a 930 divergence trade. Let's see, is this one? No, not really. Let's go back to this. I want to finish with this thing and just see. Okay, it's giving us a major top wick. That's what we expected. And close. Oh, I have it open already. All right, let's see if we can get a yellow arrow to stick, and then we'll be good. We got all these piano keys. This must be what do you call it? Price trap on a 15. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. And we're trying to make a railroad candle here now. That's an interesting fight. They're really struggling with
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Bulls and bears are really at it there, aren't they?
Yeah, so this is what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That's an hour. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hour and a half in a 15 pip range. So with the 4 pip spread, it only went, it didn't go that far in either direction. And on occasion, you get stuck in these.
That's your name's
Having
Darrell.
said so, according to the strength meter, Aussies gained strength against New Zealand.
Okay. Yeah, well, it is. Yeah. And you guys have some other, and I have the Crescendo, which I didn't fire up today. I have to see. I got to remember which broker that's on. I didn't even look at this. Let me just, that's a Renko robot. Well, you know what I could do is actually slide my take profit up. And what is it at the moment? It's a 10. So in order for this to move 10, it's going to have to give me 14. And I may be better off just going for a straight 10 because it'll have to give me 4 to the take profit and then give me the spread. But this third candle here should have just a nice bit of movement in it. Let it make the top wick. What time is it? Oh, 10 after. I got a little breathing room today.
Been running like a mad dog, huh?
Oh, yeah, you have no idea. No idea. Between, I've got 2 loads of laundry waiting for me, and the vacuum cleaner. And we've got this beautiful tree in our backyard that I love. Everyone keeps telling me I should cut it down and it would make the backyard bigger, but it's just a beautiful thing. But I've got leaves like you wouldn't believe. So
Well, obviously it's deciduous. What kind of tree is it?
big.
Oh,
I'm a New Yorker. It's just a big tree, a big ass tree, as we say in New York, to be exact.
I think that's referred to also as a LARGE.
Yes. It would fall into that category also. So I've got all this other domestic stuff, until I can get another aide to help my wife. I have to cook for her. So not complaining. It's just it is what it is, and luckily I'm one of those guys that will man up and do what I have to do.
There
Which
you
is
go.
why I enjoy trading so much because it gives me a bit of a break. What was that, Mike?
I said, there you go. You were back to, you had a profit just now.
Oh yeah, I might have. Yeah, right in here. Well, I waited this long.
Yeah. It's amazing how much I've noticed it respects the 4-hour highs and lows, though.
Well, yeah, those levels from the higher time frames are always paramount because the big money, they're not on the 5 and 15-minute charts.
Yeah.
They're on that 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. That's where they live.
Yeah, I've started marking the 4-hour highs and lows on the chart now. It's amazing how they're respected.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, I think I remember I mentioned to you I would mark levels and I would color them different colors based on what time frame they were on.
There you go, Lou, you're in profit.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that candle form a little bit more. and just want to be patient because the way this thing is jumping, it's going to make one of those sharp downturns
Yeah.
where it'll jump 3 or 4 pips in a hurry.
Yeah, up or down, hopefully down.
Yeah, well, I took my trend line out of the way, so there's no reason for it
Oh, exactly.
to not
Stop
go
it.
there. I mean, I'm doing my part. I cleared the roadway.
You did. That's just one big consolidation mess, though, there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But overall, it's slightly higher than the consolidation mess underneath your trade window.
Hmm.
It's looking good, though, for now.
It's looking like an M.
Yeah. Well, that's what a 1, 2, 3 is basically. It's an M, and the left side of the M, or the right side of the M, depending on which way you look at it, is lower than the other side. The lopsided M. There's a guy that did an incredible study on M's and W's, and he just got totally into it. I can't think of what his name is at the moment.
I found them quite hard because sometimes sometimes they all run into one another, don't they? So the your last down leg of the M is there's also the up leg of the W and all that. So
Right.
it's a bit complicated.
I suppose it's timing. It's a matter of timing.
This is the 4th red candle coming up if it stays red.
Yep.
Should come down. Come down.
Yeah. I can tell you begging doesn't work. Just in case. I've done enough of it.
Begging, pleading, praying, hoping.
Yeah, I've done it with especially
I
when
can tell you where.
when you get into like 3 or 4 standard lots. Oh, you and Jesus get to know each other real well.
I can tell you one place begging does work, and that's on the streets of London. I don't know about New York, but
Oh yeah, we've got guys here that make a living out of it.
yeah, we got professional beggars here in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I heard that they're licensed over there, right?
No. They're always they always have a dog with them because people feel more sorry for the dog than they do for the people, you know.
Oh, that's funny.
Because Britain's a nation of dog lovers, so these guys are absolutely creaming it. They go home at night and stick their $1,000 suits on and go out.
And my ex-wife's sister actually married one of those guys. Apparently, he cleaned up his act or something.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's interesting.
So fortunately that's my ex-family.
Yeah, I hear you. Your ex-wife's family's got some interesting way of choosing people. Now, what does that say about you, though? When I think about it, I'm just saying. I'm not picking on you.
Picking on me again, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, ask him about his brother Carl, Lou.
Uh-oh, I'm afraid to.
Oh, Carl Dittman.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this stop loss down to here. Oh, I got to close this. I'm going to bring my stop loss down to here. I'm going to bring it down to the shelf.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm just going to let this trade rock and roll. It's going to have to give me 14 pips.
Yeah.
Let me
And the
see.
strength meter says it's going to go up.
Well, no, the Aussie New Zealand, the Aussie is stronger than the New Zealand.
Stronger now. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Going up.
All right, let me open up this thing again.
The battle. There's a battle. Maybe we should just close it now.
I close it with a tiny,
0.
no, not even, like a tiny,
You got -3 or something, didn't you?
where is it?
Minus 40,
About -1, I think.
49 cents.
Oh,
So
All right, but I got tired of 50 cents is,
better than £10. That's $10.
yeah, but we're within $10 of where we were, so that's not bad. We got all the other stuff back. So, and I can't really sit and watch this the rest of the day. But I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll work on that stochastics thing. All right? That's
Yep.
the scalping system.
Okay.
So everybody
Have a
enjoy.
lovely day.
Yep, and
Yep.
I'll talk to you soon. Take
Okay, Lou,
care.
thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Fine.
Bye, Nancy.